I married my wife Elise 12 years ago. She has a 16-year-old daughter, Anna, from her previous relationship, and we have a 7-year-old son as well. From pretty much the beginning of our relationship, Anna and I have never gotten along. I don't know how to emphasize that it is not because of a lack of trying. She just does not like me. When she was young she was just scared of me and afraid I'd tear their family apart. Nowadays it's more of a neutral dislike rather than strong antipathy, so I suppose that's progress. Elise is a stay-at-home mother, so she relies on me for income. As a result, I pay for everything for Anna. Food, clothes, volleyball fees, field trips. I take an interest in her hobbies. I go to her games. I'm not saying I'm perfect, but I try my damn hardest to be the stepfather I can. But it's so hard. Always giving me curt one-word responses. Always having to have an attitude. She does things to get a rise out of me. Staying out late reeking of booze. Always trying to sneak boys in. Typical rebellious stuff. But I always let her know I love her and I'm there for her in hopes of her craphead teenager phase past. The opposite is true for her biological father. She adores him. Can't tell you why. He never goes to her games and always makes excuses for why he doesn't want to see her. He forgot her birthday last month and she cried herself to sleep. Well anyways, Friday, I came to her room to check her phone and read her messages, not a permanent thing, but she's been caught sneaking out twice in the last month, so this is her punishment. I ask for the phone, she says no, I'm tired of you checking my crap, leave me alone. I tell her I'm not asking again, and she goes just screw off already. You're not my real dad. You never have been. Stop acting like you can tell me what to do before getting up and slamming the door. Like I said, guys. I'm tired. Tired of the blatant disrespect. Of being the verbal punching bag while still providing more for her than anyone else in her family. We haven't really talked since until this morning during breakfast. She asked if I could pay for her plane tickets so she could see her boyfriend cross state. Like I said, her mom doesn't work and her dad is opposed, so I normally would be the one to cough up the money. Not this time. I responded, go ask your real dad. I could tell she was hurt. Tears swelled up from her face and she excused herself from the table. My wife took me aside later and said my comment was extremely disrespectful. I said if anything's disrespectful, it's her treating me like a doormat and a credit card. And I will no longer tolerate this treatment in my house. I told her we don't have to be friends, but if she can't at least be cordial to me or respect my position as an authority figure, she can find someone else to pay for her non-essentials. Am I the idiot? And to add more context, my wife is a saint. She does stick up for me when Anna says something rude or snarky. She just said stooping to her level was inappropriate. But she's a wonderful mom and tries her best. Breakfast pitchblend. Not the idiot, but you barely mentioned your wife, her mother. Why is she not handling this with her daughter? You've been in her daughter's life since she was 4, as stepdad, and your wife has continued to let this fester? She's continued to let her daughter disrespect you and continued to mislead her daughter about her father's true character. This is all kinds of wrong. Nalanjaradurmat, OP. She's tried, but to be honest, she's not great at this type of stuff. She's a wonderful mom, but tends to just excuse the rebellious behavior with a she'll grow out of it. And as I said, Anna has been making progress. Breakfast pitchblend. I think it's less she's not good at it and more that she bought into the myth that never being honest about a divorced spouse's true character somehow protects the child. Anna was allowed to continue with an unrealistic and incorrect image of her father. This just delayed reality for her to an age where she's ruled by emotions and hormones. Your wife is doing you both an injustice and needs to play a larger role here. She can't criticize you when she's not doing her part. She can't opt out of disciplining or teaching or guiding her child. That is the foundation of being a good mom. Breakfast pitchblend. There's a difference between being neutral and letting a child have false hope. You're absolutely right about that. I'm not condoning negativity, but delaying the truth isn't always the best idea. Nalanjaradurmat, OP. This is our approach. We don't give her false hope that he will change, but we're not going to tell her directly that her father is a deadbeat. She'll figure that out on her own. Deleted. Not the idiot. Maybe your daughter can have a first-hand look at how much words can hurt. I think you should go to her, apologize, never mind the fact she doesn't deserve it. You're the adult, be the bigger person, and set firm, fair, and strict rules about behavior going forward. Tell her what you told us, that you don't have to be friends, but you need her to respect your authority and at least be cordial to each other. Maybe ask her why she doesn't like you. Ask if there's anything you can do to support her better. And most importantly, remind her that you love her and will be there for her. Teenage girls are hard, man. Keep trying, a decade from now, she'll be grateful that you chose the higher road. Nalanjaradurmat, OP. Thank you for this comment. I'm praying this is the case. God bless. Snailson stars. Everyone is the idiot here. She's the bratty teenager, not you. Also, please for the love of God, don't look through your teens' phones. That's not going to help crap. They're just going to get better and better at hiding things from you. Nalanjaradurmat, OP. We only did it as punishment. She snuck out twice. The first time, we said, if you keep doing this type of behavior, we'll take your phone and make sure you won't again. After a week, we resolved to just read through her phone every now and again, rather than take it indefinitely. Thank you for your judgment. My mill moved in with us a month ago. I began to notice my stuff in the bedroom being touched. Furniture rearranged, stuff moved, etc. I felt like I was going crazy because my husband is the only one who has access to the bedroom and he doesn't usually touch nor come near my things. I figured it must be his mom walking in and snooping on my personal things. I told my husband and he said his mom would never. I had a huge hunch but couldn't install a cam in the bedroom to catch her in the act. So, I got myself one of those fake positive pregnancy tests and threw it in the bedroom's trash can. Note the trash can was placed in the corner near the closet. Literally, the next day after I got to work, I got tons of calls and texts from my in-laws congratulating me for my pregnancy. My husband came over to my workplace and was all worked up about it, asking when I was pregnant and why I didn't tell him. I asked how he found out and he said his mom found the positive test in the trash can in the bedroom. I asked if his answer just confirmed that she's been snooping in the bedroom all along. He had a realization moment but demanded we stick to the bigger issue. I said there was no bigger issue because the positive test was fake and this whole thing was done to expose my mill's snooping. He was not convinced. He had me take an actual test right in front of him and he was livid, asking how could I lie about such a thing and break his mom's heart since I know very well that she longs for kids. I got a lot of crap because of this from him, his mom and family now calling me a liar and manipulator. Am I the idiot? Important info. Nothing gets taken or goes missing from the bedroom, just to be clear. Not the idiot, but ordering a lock for the door and kicking Mill out seems easier. If you were preg, how dare she announces it. So many red flags, one of you needs to go and it shouldn't have to be you. Not the idiot. You told no lies. Even if you were pregnant she had no right to announce it to the world. Sounds like one of you girls should move out. I wonder which one your husband would prefer. Not the idiot. You didn't lie. You set a trap. You caught a rat. It sounds like you have a husband problem as well, since he was focused more on you breaking his mom's heart instead of her. 1. Snooping in your marital bedroom, and 2. Her blabbing her mouth to everyone instead of immediately going to you and your husband. If I'm the idiot here, I'll own it. I'm not sorry, but like it would be good to know because the rest of my family thinks this went too far. My 24F mom died when I was 7 from leukemia. I have very few memories of her from before she was sick, and I didn't get to spend a lot of time with her in her last year, but she was an artist and until she couldn't anymore, she would make me little collages when she was in the hospital with drawings and photos and messages for me. My grandmother put them all in a book for me after she died. I wanted to be like my mom and my counselor thought it would help, so I started a journal where I would do kind of a similar thing. And I've done at least 1 page a week all these years ever since my mom died, more when I miss her or have something hard going on. So, I have kind of a unique record of my mental state over the last 16 years. My father remarried when I was 9. My stepmother really leaned hard into the I'm your mom now, and my father didn't stop her. It improved when they had my half-brother because she basically forgot about me then. Unfortunately, he got cancer when he was 3. And I pretty much ceased to exist for my father, he was either working or going with my brother, and I spent all my teen years mostly at home alone or with my grandparents. The mantra was that my brother needed to be the focus because he might die, so I needed to not be selfish since I was healthy. I stopped trying to talk to him when I was 16 and it was a dark time. I moved out when I was 18 and cut them off completely. My grandparents let me know that my brother died a couple of years ago, but respected my desire to remain North Carolina with my father. He recently reached out to them because he wants to see me and talk. I went through my old journals and made him a PowerPoint with images of the entries where I had talked about being frustrated and feeling abandoned and unwanted, some with literal quotes of things my dad had said to me during arguments. Even the really dark stuff from when I was seriously depressed. Then I ended it with a photo of one of my mom's collages where she had written, "Remember that your dad and I are always here for you," and I wrote, "You failed. Go away." underneath. I felt like him being able to see it from my literal perspective would communicate why I don't want him back better than I could. Evidently, it worked, but a little too well because I've been bombarded by family telling me that it's understandable that I don't want to see him, but what I sent gutted him, and he's completely fallen apart after reading through it, and it was unnecessarily cruel. Maybe it was, I know my bar for that is kind of weird sometimes, so am I the idiot? Not the idiot, I have a saying. If the truth about your conduct paints you in a bad light, the problem isn't with the truth. It's with your conduct. If the truth hurts your dad, it's his own to deal with and not on you. Not the idiot in the slightest. You told your dad how you felt and it made him have to confront his failures as a parent. It is not your fault he neglected you. He is upset because he knows what you put in the PowerPoint is the reality of how he treated you when you were just a child. Now that the truth is out and you have re-established North Carolina, I hope you are able to let go of some of the anger you have at him and know that you did nothing to cause how he treated you. I'm in no contact with my dad and have been able to find a lot of peace in the life I have built without him. I hope for the same for you. Not the idiot, he failed. He's gutted because he's had to look at the actual consequences of his actions, the pain he caused his child. Yay, that's probably awful, but maybe he should have been a better dad.